Before then, I had represented the country in so many international competitions with the youth fund, and given the opportunity to be among the 16 or 18 players that went for the China 1995 World Cup competition, and having the opportunity to captain the team and winning the trophy was a very wonderful thing. And if I have to reflect back on that, I would say it's one of the greatest things that has happened to African football and above all to Nigeria.
Can you just...
Like young lads, all we had in mind that we were going for competition like another youth fund competition. But there was one thing that was quite different from this one. It was that then it was organized by FIFA. You understand? And that is the first time FIFA is hosting such competition. So it was a very happy moment, but it was tense for us as well, going for such competition at such level. And for the first time, a competition of that magnitude. So all we were having in mind was that we were prepared, like every other youth fund competition, but not having the idea, the slightest idea of what it was going to be when we finally get to China, because we've not been to China before. And we thought it was just like that traveling for maybe about 4 or 5 hours going to Togo and maximum going to Denmark for Dana Cup or Gocha Cup. But it was when we took our first flight to France, and from France, it was 6 hours to France, then from France to Karachi to a place to Hong Kong now to China, that we now knew that the journey was not just the back door, Togo or even Denmark. It was about 2 days journey. But with every team that we go in for any competition, normally would always have it at the back of their mind that somehow they will go and bring something back home. We had it at the back of our mind that we're going for the competition, and that for sure something will surely happen, that we're going to win. But you can't be totally convinced, because a competition where you have close to like about 16 or more teams participating, so you can't judge clearly that you're going to win the competition. But we had high hopes that we're going to perform nicely, and we actually did.
Germans.
All the matches we played actually were very, very tough. All the matches from Costa Rica to Saudi Arabia. But if I have to draw a line there, I would say in our qualifying series, the toughest match that we had was against Saudi Arabia, because it ended 0-0, and we played light pattern, because they had this Brazilian touch, and they were, they are from the high altitude as well, and they matched us strength for strength and everywhere. And at the end, we were a bit better, but we couldn't score any goal. So that was, I think that should be our toughest match during the qualifying series, because the one against Germany, I wouldn't say that it was tough, extremely tough, even tougher than Saudi Arabia. But we had one thing going for us: the technical crew that we had, very, very good. Christian Chukwu, and until this very day, I respect him so much, because he told us how the game was going to be at the final, even before we played, 2 days before the match, while training, and that what was going to happen. And we did exactly what he taught us, and actually we got the victory. We scored the 2 goals, and it ended.
Against the final?
Yeah, that created some false thought in us. The kind of heart that you think that, okay, since it's an African team and you have been able to beat even the one that you regard as a mature team, the team from Hungary in the quarterfinals, and you've been able to play the likes of Costa Rica, and you won, and you've been able to defeat all other opponents. And we felt that we're playing against Africans this time around, and that surely we will win them easily. But we were warned even before the match that the match is not going to be easy, that even if we score 3 goals, we have to maintain the strength, the speed, and the discipline to be able to end up with the match, we getting victory. But we somehow, I don't know, maybe should I say some kind of laxity on our own part, that we had all the opportunities to to beat them in the first 15, 20 minutes of the game, if you go back to watching that game. But what happened was that we got the penalties, and we got the penalty, and someone, Shegun Fakwetu, now the Babatunde Joseph, now threw the penalty away, and from there, we scored, they equalized, and it became difficult for us to be able, because they grew into the game, because they were afraid of us as well. But they grew into the game, and at the end, we had to win on penalties.
And even the final game too.
Yes, the final game wasn't on penalties. We won, we defeated the Germans. Clear, 2-0. The first goal was scored at the early minute of the game, and the second at the last minute, when no one ever expected it was going to be like that, because Victor Igbonoba was very, very tired. And I was hearing the voice then, Victor, come to this side, come to this side. And immediately, when Bella cleared the ball, it was a recall, and it went straight to Victor, and Victor took the two guys on, and a little swab, and shot with his left leg, and then it was all over, and we took the trophy home.
Mood.
Yeah, because then I never knew that. It was when I had grown up now that I started to find that out. The mood then was that one thing I could remember, that all what we did during the qualifying series, all the years of struggling, of preparation, training in St. Gregory's ground, training in the Union Bank facility, traveling around the country, playing friendly matches and every other thing, just came before me within just a fraction of some, let me say, some seconds, like about 20, 30 seconds. The moment I lifted the trophy, you understand, my case was beyond tears, actually, because we thought we were going to perform so well, but we never knew that we were going to win the competition. You understand? And winning the competition gave us a very great boost on our part, that every other person was very, very happy. And until this very day, I'm saying to my colleagues that I thank them so much for giving me the opportunity to be popular until this very day, and I can never forget any of them. And I say a very big thank you to Sabara and to Christian Chuku for what they offered, and the thing has lasted with me all throughout the years, that because I, after then, played in so many other competitions with the under 20 2 times and the senior team.